Wolfen Gaming, just doing a weekly recap. Thought I'd, instead of doing a normal stream, I think on Sundays I might just do a weekly recap of everything that's happened during the week. Just get some of my info, just my own thoughts. Some are, I'll usually peruse through Wowhead and Icyveins and see if there's anything I catch up. Plus, just other stuff that'll pop up on, honestly, Facebook feeds. I'll get some stuff off Facebook feeds that'll pop into my threads to take a look at. But yeah, so thoughts so far on Shadowlands. Enjoying it. I'm kind of keep on doing the same stuff over and over because, like, so far I've only been doing Wolfen for my streams, but then I've got a Tauren Druid that I'm also running through. I did a stream yesterday with my Demon Hunter. I've also kind of went through yesterday because I noticed that I had a bunch of guys that I had all my alts in different places that were not getting rest XP. So jumped on real quick, got them all in places where they're getting rest XP. Unfortunately, some of those guys were in the maw, so I had to get them through. I had 3-4 characters I had to get through the maw stuff just to get them to Oribus so they could start getting rest XP. But I've got all that set out now, so now I can start messing around with who I want to mess with. Currently, my highest character so far is 55, and that's my Tauren Druid. My streaming character Wolfen, who's you see right here, he's 54. So yeah, so like, I got 54. And then Shifting Winds 55. So yeah, but on to the news. My thoughts on Shadowlands so far. Enjoying it. I don't like the fact that they've gone back to pushing us through zones. I actually kind of really hate that. Mostly because I like being in war mode. But because they're pushing us through the zones, everyone's clumped up in the same zones. With Legion and BFA, people could choose where they started at, so it helped break up everybody. So yeah, you're still going to get some combats out there, but it's not going to be everybody in the same zone trying to funnel their way through. I don't like the theme park style. I mean, and no, I know WoW is mostly a theme park style game, especially in the old days. I mean, vanilla up to Draenor was a theme park. It was, you go to this zone, now you go to this zone, now you go to this zone. BFA and Legion broke that up, and it was very nice. I enjoyed being able to choose what zone I wanted to. And on most cases, especially if you had war mode on, you didn't have to, if there was a zone you really hated to go to, most of the time you didn't have to do that zone because all the other zones doing the campaign quests and side quests and things got you to 110, 120 before having to go to that last zone. Now, you still went to that zone for world quests, after the fact, but you didn't have to do that zone if you didn't really want to leveling. Now, you did, like for BFA, you had to do, like if there was okay, let's say I'm playing Alliance, to finish up the campaign, I had to do all three zones for Horde. So, like Nazmir, I really hated Nazmir. But, I think it's Nazmir. But, it's not a long quest. So you get it done, you get it over with, you're done. Only time I have to go back here is for world quests. So I'm not liking that feature, and I hope next expansion they go away from that. And they go back to letting us choose what zone we want to go to. Leveling Horde and Alliance war mode. Alliance is much easier. On my server, which is Wormrest Accord, Alliance right now has a 25% bonus for leveling, so a lot of Alliance people are leveling in war mode. Horde is getting 10%. Not a lot of guys are leveling Horde. I've been ganked once as my Alliance character, as Wolfen, once. And that was a mistake on my part. That was me getting too close to a Death Knight whose AoE attack triggered my I'm trying to remember what NPC was following me around, helping me with stuff, but hit him, so he attacked the Death Knight. I didn't realize that I was already on 5 mobs, attacking things, and then I noticed I was getting hit from the Death Knight behind me because he was getting hit by my stupid NPC. That's the only time I've been attacked as Alliance. Horde, on the other hand, with Shifting Wind, he's died maybe 5-6 times, and there's been lots of times where I basically just had to stealth off to the side, wait for a gaggle of Alliance players to finish up the little pocket zone of quests, leave, so I could jump in, get them done, and get out before anyone else, before a new wave comes through. We'll see. I need to do some research on it. I thought that changes weekly, as far as them checking the balance of players, of who's in war mode, who's not. So Tuesday I'll check to see what Horde and Alliance percentages are and see if it's gone up or down. But yeah, as far as my personal feelings on this, or thoughts on this, is Alliance is out there way more, and trying to level as Horde in war mode right now sucks. But so that's that. As far World First races, I started getting into the World First stuff in Legion. I think that's when they really started. I think maybe that's when Twitch started picking it up. It was probably Method that started running it on their channel, and then I got a hold of it. But so I started following. So you had the World First to 60, which was won by Monkey Law from, was it EU Alakir? Let me make sure I've got my notes right here. Let's see. Yeah, EU Alakir. I think it was under 3 hours. But hats off to Bashu DK, who came in second, and his was the first group that did it without utilizing the party sync. I believe Monkey Law was his group was running Necrotic Wake over and over and over and over, because they could do it in under 10 minutes, I think. And they were doing it with 3 people. They realized that they could, as long as they had one person in their group under 56, they could just keep running it and get the full XP. So a lot of times Monkey Law was out doing quests and stuff. They'd bring him back in the group before they'd finish. But hey, that's the way the system is. He did it fair and square. It's all good. He's 60. I believe, though, Bashu DK was not that far behind, from what I understand. Monkey Law wasn't that far. Oh yeah, Monkey Law did it 3 hours. But Bashu DK was not far behind, and I believe his whole group hit 60. He was the first. The rest of the guys in that group hit 60 shortly after him, and they did it just as a party. So hats off to them. As far as World First Race Raid, I haven't heard any big promotions going on. I know Method Sco, I believe, is planning on streaming it on Twitch for Method. I believe Complexity Limit is doing the same thing, but I haven't heard about anyone doing the whole gathering of raiders. But then again, we're in COVID, so that's probably not going to happen. It's just going to be each guild's streaming, and hopefully they'll just put out a list of all the normal World First raid guilds, and if they're streaming, hopefully someone gathers all the information and puts it out. Hopefully Wowhead will end up doing that, because it just kind of dawned on me with COVID, they're not going to do that. It's going to have to be everyone streaming their own stuff, and we're just going to have to basically get a list of all the normal raid groups and what they're where they're streaming at, on what platforms, so we can watch. So that's good. So that just kind of dawned on me that that's not going to happen, because I've been doing research and not finding anything. And it just dawned on me, no, COVID kicked that in the butt. That's not going to happen this year, at least for this raid. Let's see. Oh yeah, news for World First. He's not first yet, but our friendly Pandaren double agent is still on the island of Pandaria, leveling, only doing herbing and mining. He has still not picked a side. He's not Alliance and he's not Horde. I believe he is currently level 53, but he's been doing this ever since Pandaria expansion came out. He's not. All he does is herbs, and I believe it's a he. I've only seen it referenced as a he. So if it's a woman, please someone let me know. I'd love to know if it's a woman or not. But everything I've ever read, they've always used the male pronoun for it. But yeah, he's level 50. He double agent's level 53, and all he's doing is herbing and mining, and that's it. So I'll look forward to seeing double agent get to level 60, just doing that, and still living on his little island all by himself, with occasionally seeing a young Pandaren running through his lands. So they ought to just give him the title Emperor Double Agent. Just make a special title just for him. So let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, if you are on a heavy population server, I believe they are doing free character transfers to help out if you want to go to the lower pops or medium pops. And I think these are only for the realms that are experiencing heavy queues. I looked for a list. I did not see a list of what servers are able to get these. All it said was realms experiencing heavy queues. I don't know why they I know people love the servers they are on, but in the age of our battle groups, just mold these low pops into at least a medium pop, or just combine them. Just combine the low pops into one. Now I know some people, especially people with really old PCs that can barely run the game, low pop servers are perfect for them. So maybe keep one or two up and let people transfer to those. But if the only reason why you are on a low pop server is because, well, I started on that server, by God, I'm going to stay on that server. If you're not having fun, transfer. Or try to get it transferred up. Try to get your guild. I mean, if you're on a low pop server, maybe your guild's active, maybe not. But, I mean, the game is supposed to be fun. I can't imagine it being that much fun when no one's around. I mean, Wormrest is, I think, maybe medium. And actually, what is Wormrest? Let me check. No, Wormrest is high. Okay. So, but I can't imagine. I mean, you saw, that was a little block there of all the servers, and there's a whole list of lows. But I guess battle groups I know help that all out, but still, I guess it helps out enough. But I guess for the high pop folks, getting high pop people off their servers if they're experiencing queues just doesn't seem to work. Because why are you going to leave it? Why are you going to leave it to go to a server that has hard times, getting enough people for raids if you want to raid or things like that, or mythic dungeons? I've heard some of these low pop servers have hard times even filling mythic dungeon groups. So, but we'll see. But if you're on a high pop server and you don't have a guild and you kind of want to stop being in a queue, you got a free character transfer apparently. Let's see. Wrath of... Some people are getting some decent little drops from out there. I guess the Wrath of the Jailer weekly 183 item dropped. It's cool. I've seen some. I've seen some 180 stuff, 184. I don't think I've heard of a 190 yet, but I didn't go that deep into it just because I'm not even at end game yet. So, but I know I've seen the 183, 184. Pretty sure I've not seen a 190. That's probably going to be raid stuff. Let's see. Oh, keep your eyes out for if you keep track of different NPCs in the game. I know I'm kind of... There's some NPCs I would probably recognize if I saw them, while I'm wandering around the Shadowlands. But just keep it. I'm not going to do any spoilers. Just keep an eye out for some NPCs out there that you might run into, especially if they have a name and they're not just generic, spectral ancestor. If they actually have a name, pay attention. Maybe, it'll be someone that you recognize that died in Azeroth, died in Outlands, Draenor or whatever, that have showed up here. So keep an eye out there. Let's see. Going off of, you can do the campaign or you can do the Threads of Fate. I'm hearing out there that one of the good reasons for Threads of Fate is it lets certain of the dungeons open up sooner. You get to start with your covenant, but it still doesn't open up all of the end game until you get to the certain levels of end game of different points. So just make sure that that's what you really want to do instead of just running through the campaign again. I've got so many freaking alts, there's no way I'm going to do the campaign for every single one of these guys. But a certain amount of these guys, I'm going to know what covenant they're going to go into, and I'm really not going to want to go through Bastion again. Right now, Bastion's my hardest one. I mean, granted, I've only gone through 2, so... But both Feywild and Revendreth both look interesting to me. Bastion, even before the expansion came out, Bastion didn't look appealing to me. I mean, aesthetically, looks great, but as far as its storyline goes, not so much. So being forced to go there first every single time until I get one of my guys to 60 wasn't something that I was looking forward to. But yeah, so just be careful if you want to choose Threads of Fate of what you're getting into. Do some research, look up, make sure that it is what you're wanting and it is what you were expecting. So just keep aware of that. It might not be exactly what you were expecting, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, damn! Now I kind of wish I would have done the other thing." So just do some research. And let's see. Last time I checked, and actually I think I did this yesterday, BFA gold rewards are still pretty decent. I turned in some fish. I just happened to, my Hearthstone was still in Borealis. So, popped in, World Quest was up for, I think it was fish. It was either fish or cloth. And I think I got 136 gold out of it. So not too bad. So especially if you've got a bunch of stuff in your bank slots. If you got a bunch of stuff in your bank that is just taking up space that you're probably never going to use again, go check out the World Quest, see if you can drop any of that stuff off for some free gold. It's not much, but hey, it's better. It's for 30 seconds of work, getting 130 something gold isn't bad. So just take a look at it if you want to. But really, that's about it. I'll probably be playing some. I'll be playing some today. Probably will do a stream at some point. If I do stream someone, it will not be streaming someone through Borealis. Through the mall. Might do Hagenti later on today at some point, but other than that, I'm still trying to decide, do I want to do Hagenti or Wolfen as my main for streaming. Hagenti is more entertaining, and he doesn't have stealth. Well, he's got his Night Elf stealth, but that's it. So he can't avoid combat as much as my Druid, which, yeah, I will avoid combat if I can, most times. Especially leveling. War mode is nice and all that kind of good stuff, and getting in fights every once in a while is fun. But I can mess with doing 60 on 60 world mode because it's like, yeah, you're still trying to get things accomplished, but it's just you're trying to get things accomplished. You're not leveling. I tend to avoid trying to get into fights if I can while I'm leveling and while other people are leveling. I don't have any need to be taking my level 55 against a level 50 or, well, I guess 51. A level 51 when there's not much they're going to do against me. So, don't see much of a point to it. But a lot of other people enjoy it, so you be you. But that'll be it for here and there in Azeroth. This will be my weekly recap. And have fun out there, folks. And I'll see you later. Bye.